Hello, I'm Peggy Kelly, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula, and we're focusing on education. And we're very lucky today to have Christine Shefferly with us today, and she is the executive, let's see, you're the assistant superintendent. You know, you're going to have to give me your title.
No problem. Thank you, Peggy. I'm Christine Shefferly, just recently appointed to Deputy Superintendent for Educational Services for the Santa Paula Unified School District. This is my 6th year working for the district. Prior to that, I was a curriculum director for Ventura County Office of Education.
Wow.
And yeah, so worked with all districts across the county, and actually been working with Santa Paula for about 8 years, and fell in love with the staff, and when the opportunity became available, threw my name in the hat. So I'm very grateful to be here. I was born and raised 9.5 miles down the road, and
A Fillmore
yeah.
lady.
Yes. I don't say that word while I'm here in Santa Paula, so I like to say 9.5 miles down the road. But yes, born and raised in Fillmore. And, you know, I believe in our small towns. I believe in the education that our small towns provide. So I feel very blessed to be back, you know, close to home and in Santa Paula. It's a great place.
Wonderful. And you live in Fillmore currently?
I do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, that's wonderful. And congratulations on your promotion. Well deserved. I knew you'd been promoted, and it was like, well, wait a minute, what is your new title? But it's certainly something that's perfect for what we're going to be discussing today, because we want to talk about distance learning and how is it different from last spring. I mean, was new last spring, so now it's here it is again, and it's different because everything is different.
Right. You're correct. You know, last spring, our schools, our district was shut down abruptly, and you know, in a matter of a weekend, you know, we were tasked with transforming an educational system. But what we knew is that all of our students didn't have devices. We knew that we needed to train parents, train teachers, and our students didn't have a lot of experience with digital platforms and curriculum. So what we did is we decided to focus in on maintaining those connections with our families and our kids, because again, they were experiencing something that none of us had experienced before. So we focused on connections. We focused on providing students with enrichment activity. That they could continue. Right.
Lists of enrichment activities. That was
right.
That amazingly fast.
Right. So we thought, you know what, maintain a connection, continue learning, even if it was through an enrichment process. And then the Board of Trustees passed an equity-based temporary grading policy where student grades could not be lowered after the last date that they were in person with us. So, you know, we like to call it emergency learning. And again, just thank everybody for their patience and support during that time. But this year, things are a lot different for many reasons, beginning with in late June, Governor Newsom passed a Senate Bill 98. And what that did is it created many guidelines, parameters, requirements for schools during the COVID-19 crisis. And one of the requirements addressed distance learning. And again, because of the Senate bill, I think it's a win for kids, a win for education. One of the components of it, it required that every student receive live interaction on a daily basis, not only with their teachers, but with their peers.
Yes.
I mean, I can't imagine being a student and not having that daily interaction with friends and peers. I mean, for your social emotional health, and, you know, with teachers for that academic stability. So all of our students have daily live interaction with teachers and their peers, and that's very different. At the elementary level, Our students have about 120 minutes, 2 hours with a teacher each day. English learners have an additional 30 minutes because I think we all know the additional challenges that our students have that are learning a second language. It's a little over 2 hours, about 2 hours and 15 minutes for middle school students. And our high school students have about 240 minutes of live instruction a day. So again, that's very different. Another thing is part of Senate Bill 98 is the state established a minimum number of instructional minutes that students have to have every day. They're not as long as a typical school year for many reasons, right? And it's about that screen time. I think we all experience Zoom fatigue.
Yes.
Yeah. And so for kindergarten, it's 180 minutes. For first through third grade, it's 230. And for fourth through 12th grade, it's 240. So all of our bell schedules meet those requirements. And kids get those minutes through a combination of face-to-face learning and independent assignments that their teachers create. So I think those are two, probably the largest, most significant differences from spring. I'm excited to share. I think we're doing great things in Santa Paula.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's interesting too, because I think people don't realize when they hear about this time frame in this formula, that a lot of the school day, especially as children get older, as the kids get older, is spent going to different classes,
right,
and doing this and doing that. And then if you carve out when their actual classroom time is, it's
right,
probably not that far off in a way. I mean, of course, it's reduced,
right.
but even with the kindergartners, now, how many minutes did you say the kindergartners get?
Kindergarten, 180 minutes.
So that's 3 hours.
3 hours.
Okay, so usually their school day is what, about 4 hours a kindergartner?
And if you take out recess and you take out lunch, it is a reduced time. But I think it's also important to realize and acknowledge all of the challenges that our families are experiencing at home. And, they're unique to every family. And so, many of our kids, they might be the caretaker for younger siblings during the day. Some of them are working. Others have, obligations that they didn't have as a student before COVID. So
you're right. Mm-hmm.
So the bell schedules, and I think the reduced number of minutes that the state of California adopted are respectful. They're respectful of, we don't know what's going on in every household right now. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing is our kids feel loved, they feel connected, they know the school's there, they know the community's there for them, and their family members. So I think we're all trying to balance it and find that, perfect combination. But like we were, speaking earlier, it just changes on a daily basis, and our situations at home change as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Now, also, so what has the district done? Because, learning, of course, is part of this, and the more we can keep them focused and everything. And I think it's very cute to think of them in a virtual classroom. Especially with the younger children, it's so valuable to them, and as you said earlier. But what are we doing to make sure, what has the district done to ensure that all students are able to take part in these programs with Chromebooks and internet connections, right, and things like that?
Right. Yeah, you're correct. It only works if kids are connected. Mm-hmm. So, yes. As of this morning, we have deployed out about 4,800 Chromebooks.
Wow.
And we still have inventory. So if we have families that might be using their own laptop and it's not working as well, contact the district, contact the schools. We still have Chromebooks available. As of this morning, we have deployed about 800 hotspots. We were very fortunate to be granted 1,500 hotspots by California's Closing the Digital Divide initiative. And so, we still have about 700 hotspots out there. Mm-hmm. So again, if our families are experiencing issues, We have created a technology helpline, and I'll share that number. It's 805-933-8980. It's on our website, and we have bilingual staff members who are doing their best to answer every call. If you don't get through, call your child's school. We're here to help, and we are doing our best. You know, I do want to share, though.
Line, excuse me, when is the technical hotline? When are they able to call that?
From 8 to 4.
8 to 4? Okay. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I just wanted to share, you know, there's also resources on our district homepage. We created a parents tab right at the top that you can click on. There's resources in English and Spanish. There's a few videos. You know, but what I do want to share is that some of the connectivities are outside of our control, and I think that's what's most frustrating, is that, you know, we have identified a few areas in town that have limited or almost no connectivity. So we are deploying out hotspots from a different internet provider to see if that helps, and we're hopeful that will help resolve the issue. But, you know, we get a lot of calls regarding, you know, my internet is cutting in and out. And, you know, what we share, if it's a device issue, we'll exchange it out. If you need additional hotspots, we'll give you an additional hotspots. But, you know, taking a step back and looking at the larger picture, the whole internet infrastructure wasn't designed to do what we're doing.
Right.
And, you know, I know many internet providers, you know, are working on their backbone of their infrastructure, and we're hoping that connectivity will get better. But, you know, it's difficult when this wasn't expected, and I think, what, you know, all internet providers are experiencing the same frustration. Right.
Mm-hmm. So
right.
Now, and also when you're talking about connectivity, and of course, that's on the human strata too. And you were talking earlier about the parents and their students,
right.
and how they're, you know, how they've kind of changed roles sometimes. And could you kind of elaborate on that? How the parents are even like students now. And
right, right. Yeah, I shared, you know, with this new way of learning, our parents have become students and learners in a digital environment. And so, you know, we know how steep that learning curve is. And we started off the school year, end of August, by hosting a parent technology night for elementary, middle, and high school students in English and Spanish. We had about 117 parents attend. And it was a broad overview. I think at the time, everyone was overwhelmed with the information and learning this. So we know, and we are planning on providing parent workshops throughout the entire year, and in making those workshops more focused, so that way, you know, every step of the way we're able to, you know, reach out to our parents. But again, it's difficult.
Yes. Well, could you also film those and have those so you could even have them available on the website? So after, or do you already do that? Where if there's a workshop, somebody can go back and watch it again.
Correct. Our first workshop, the Parent Tech Night in August, we did record, and you can find those under the Parents tab. And yeah, you know, great suggestion. We said, you know, parents are working and have other obligations. So if we record them, you know, maybe they're able to watch one on a weekend, or, you know, after the kids go to bed at night. And because we know just schedules are very, very busy right now.
Sure. I can imagine a kid waking up in the middle of the night and saying, "Mom, are you playing with my Chromebook?"
Right. And we asked, you know, what's the difference? Is a Chromebook a laptop?
Yeah. You know, explain a Chromebook. Explain a Chromebook.
Right.
Yeah. Explain a Chromebook.
Exactly.
No, but really.
Okay, I will. I thought you were asking that was a question. I will explain a Chromebook. A Chromebook is different from a laptop. It is a laptop computer, but everything is web-based. So you're not having your program stored locally onto the computer. So everything is cloud-based, and I'll share the way we're delivering instruction is through Google Classroom, which is web-based as well. So all of our teachers created a Google Classroom. Our kids log on each morning. There's either a Google Meet link or a Zoom link on there, and that's how they connect with their teachers. Our teachers post assignments on there, and that's the way, you know, we're doing business right now is through that learning management system.
Yeah, you know, might be fun is, you know, like more work is always fun, but you know, like, is maybe even doing some sort of a video that just basically says, hi, I'm going to school with my child today. And then just basically show just snippets of maybe different classrooms and this and that, and give people who aren't parents, who aren't going through this, a real idea of what's going on, what the challenges are. And because it's, until you see it yourself, you don't know what it is.
Yeah, a day in the life of distance learning. And know that every day is different, and it varies by the minute, by the hour sometimes. And, you know, I just, you know, want to thank our parents and our families for their patience. And, you know, I just, we have so much gratitude because they have other kids at home, and, you know, and now having to become a teacher, you know, and sit with your child all day. It's just, we're so thankful. And for our teachers and classified staff to learn a new way to teach and to reach kids. And like I said, to just encourage that school connection when all you have is a computer screen. So, you know, everyone's working real hard. And, you know, I think our community is to be commended for, you know, everything we've done in 6 weeks. And, you know, also to know that we're not going to stop. We're going to continue to improve our services. You know, I want to share, you know, moving forward, you know, we have a few focus areas, and one of those are to continue to train our teachers to learn those best practices on how to deliver instruction in a digital learning environment. So we want to continue to support our staff. We're going to continue to provide family and parent support through information nights and adding more resources. The you know, personal phone calls are very important. And also, you know, I think we didn't talk a lot about this today, and our executive director of student services might have, but the social emotional support for the kids, for the teachers, for our classified members, for our community. It's stressful, you know, and like I, you know, mentioned before, it's not perfect and it's not going to be perfect. And we have to find those bright spots every day. And we have to celebrate those bright spots and know that, you know, tomorrow's a new day, and hopefully tomorrow will be better, but, you know, celebrate where we are. And I think, you know, that's where we want to focus in on a District 2. And then, you know, we're always looking ahead. We are looking to provide more tutorial options for our parents. We've heard that loud and clear. Our kids need more help, and we know they do. So we're exploring all options. We're thinking outside of the box to try to bring more support and more tutorials. So parents and community will be hearing more about tutoring options.
Oh, that's great. Well, maybe one of these days soon we can do a show about tutoring options, or at least come on and talk about it, and maybe have a tutor, and you know, get the word out more and more, even though I know the district has done a great job with communicating with the parents and families, but not everybody, you know, some people prefer to watch something, you know, type of thing. And well, anything else you'd like to cover? You've done such a great job catching up on what's going on. And
no, I'm happy to come back. You know, we have so much to share, and, you know, we're, like I said, we're proud of what we're doing. We're, you know, gonna improve. We know we will, But, I'll just conclude by, the way we work together in Santa Paula, it's one of the beauties of living in a small town. Having grown up in a small town as well, we take care of each other. And our students aren't numbers. And, in Santa Paula, people know each other and, have so many connections. And I think that's going to be the strength of moving through distance learning, is leaning on each other. And, Santa Paula is just, I think, testament to how so many people, community groups, organizations, schools, churches, all want to help. So if we could just all connect, work together, and know there's going to be bumps in the road, but as long as we keep moving forward, and like we say in Santa Paula, if all of our decisions are in the best interest of kids, and we keep that focus, and the focus is kids, we will get through this together.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really is. Well, I certainly appreciate you stopping by today and taking some time to help us, inform the community. And once again, I want to congratulate you on your promotion. Everybody's very proud of you. And it's just, thank you for caring so much. That's very
wonderful. We have a wonderful district.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, we appreciate it, especially hearing it from somebody that lives 9.5 miles away.
It's like I said, it's 9.5 miles. I love the friendly rivalry, and and it's like I said, it's nice to work in a small town, and kids are kids and families are families. So
real people.
Absolutely.
Are real towns for real people, as far
absolutely.
And that's wonderful.
All right.
Take care, okay? And
thank you so much, Peggy. All right, we'll talk soon.
We'll talk soon. Once again, I'm Peggy Kelly, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula, and I've had Deputy Assistant Director, Deputy Superintendent Services. I'll get that right one of these days. And Christine Shefferly, and she's given us some wonderful information on distance learning. You'll be able to watch this on Channel 10, Cable Channel 10, also on KADY.net. And be sure, if you see it on YouTube, to go ahead and subscribe. And helps us bring more of this broadcasting to you. And once again, Christine, thank you very much. Everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend and take care and wash your hands and stay safe. And thank